All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a bunch of choppy BTC action. Actually, choppy cryptocurrency action, pretty much all the way around. There are a couple of signs that we could try to move up. Bitcoin obviously holding above the 62,060 level right there, but we're also underneath the thumb of this larger trend line on the daily. So we're stuck in this middle ground here at the moment, which always kind of is tricky to figure out exactly what direction you're going to go on. We also don't have a ton of volume. Not a lot of coins look really good today. A lot of the things that kind of moved up yesterday, half of them moved down, half of them kind of moved up. So again, just really low and slow. Not a lot to do. I don't think you have to do a lot. Really, sometimes when you're, trading, the best thing you can do is not trade. And it's just one of those environments. I think if you do anything, probably try to take some smaller trades, or take some trades and then you get profit of a few percent and then you kind of walk away with it, right? Any sign of weakness, you bail on the trade. So that's kind of what this environment looks like to me. Like you get a pop here, that's a nice pop, but then it just doesn't go anywhere. Are you still holding that? Did you exit that? How do you handle that? So that could happen again. You can get a pop up here. Ideally, if volume stays strong, you don't exit, right? You kind of hold on to the trade and let it go. But other than that, if we still continue with this chop, then you're in a choppy market environment, which implies you want to try to buy lows and sell tops is what you want to do. Then you can try to short the tops and buy back at the bottoms. But right now we don't have a lot of ranges, and they're really, really tiny too. Most of the ranges are really small. And even BTC's range here is relatively small. We are broken out of it. The question is, are we going to come back into it? Are we going to, float higher here? But I mean, overall, we're still bullish. We're not dead until we completely take out this low. So if you're just holding normal BTC spot, um, long time horizon, you're fine. Really not much to do. It's just really boring. But if you do start getting a little bit of momentum, could get more exciting. Stops could be under the low here, and we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. So onto our top altcoins of the day. So in the top 50, your top movers are TON, which is called TON coin, and Cardano. So both of these trying to make little moves. Toncoin is kind of really at the tip of a large ascending triangle on the daily time frame. Broke it here, was riding underneath of it in a parallel channel, which is usually pretty bearish, but we are getting a nice reaction here today. Now that being said, if it's unable to breach this high here, what's the high? 82.50, 82.88. So $8.28.8 is the high here. If we can't get above that, could be a good, maybe a shorting point, but I don't like to short just blatantly at highs like that. A better thing would be to wait for a break like this. Now, this wouldn't have done you any good because you would have been stopped out by now, but that's a better way generally to handle this. You wait for weakness and a base and then additional weakness, similar to the way you would with a long setup. You wait for strength, a base, and additional strength, right? That's how really the better ones that I'm aware of, that's how they do it. The ones that have been able to sustain themselves do it. So, but this is an interesting situation. You could try to take a flyer if you see extreme weakness up here, but it is on the best movers today. Next up is Cardano. Not a similar situation, but a good up move today. It's near lows, not near highs. So if this stalls out, it could pull back in really easily. Also, you're still in the midst of a larger downtrend. Just breaking this trend line in this fashion doesn't change the trend of the chart overall. Now, it could be symptomatic of a move up, but as you can see with the rest of the market, there's not a lot going on right now with large upside movements. So at this point in time, really what you're doing is looking at all these coins, looking at the movement, seeing if they're healthy, seeing if they're getting support. This is good for the market. May not even be good for Cardano in the bigger picture. Could move up here, then just roll right back over, and you end up with a choppy area down here in some kind of a box, something like that. That seems a lot more likely than a large move up back down up here towards 75 cents. So, but we'll see. We'll see. At the same time, yeah, there's just not much to do. Very choppy market environment. Very small ranges too. That's the problem, is the ranges are small. If there are wider ranges, there'd be a little more excitement. There'd be a little bit more volume, and you could have an expectancy for a trade. But as of right now, there's really not much of anything. So it's good to watch, though. It's important to watch during these times because it's going to happen again. These markets are going to happen again, and when they do, for instance, there's a small version of it right here. When you do end up reversing, you can see the difference between kind of like a garbage floating market and a potentially reversing market. And that has its value as well right there. So, all right, guys, that's all I got for you today on the best 5 minutes of your day at Altcoin Buzz Trading. Sorry I didn't make it super exciting for you. Blame the market. Have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.